I threw out the last 2 pieces because I didn't want to deal with the pineapple
Pineapple what?
allergy.
You don't have pineapple allergy.
Why do you think you have a pineapple allergy?
Because my tongue started tingling when I had too much pineapple.
That's not an allergy.
It's just a thing.
It's one of the things
No,
that...
it's not. You read the thing.
I
That
read it
happens to everybody.
online. I diagnosed myself.
It didn't say anything about tingling. It said your tongue like could itch or
Do you
something.
want me to... Yeah.
That's not itching. That's
Tingling, itching.
No, it didn't say that at all. You made that up. You didn't say it itched. The thing online didn't say it tingle.
It said you probably have a pineapple allergy and you should consult your doctor.
Unless, although you did run out of the studio. Diarrhea?
No.
Because it did say pineapple gives people with pineapple allergy diarrhea.
Yeah. I didn't have that.
Welcome to Sam and Cathy. My name is Sam Roberts. That's Cathy Kelley over there. We're joined by our producer, Adrian, who produces Sam Roberts' show.
Good show.
No one's pooping their pants this week.
Oh, I forgot how gross you are. That's probably what happened. She jumped on the red carpet to talk to her Disney Channel stars and was eating a bunch of pineapple and just made a mess everywhere.
Just let loose.
No.
Oh, you're so gross,
No.
Cathy. I'm not gonna. I don't know if you could keep coming back. You're disgusting. This is Sam and Cathy, and it's the companion show to Sam Roberts' show, which we do live every night, Monday through Friday, on Sirius XM, Opie Radio, XM 103, Sirius 206. It's a fabulous show. We also podcast an hour from that show on this podcast feed every Friday. This Friday, we put up the Tom Shalhoub interview. So if you want to do us a favor, leave a review on iTunes, rate, and subscribe. It's going to make Cathy and me feel better. And when Cathy and I feel better, I don't take those frustrations out on Adrian. So in turn,
I feel better.
it's better for Adrian's life too. Now, Cathy, you do not have a pineapple allergy. This is people get obsessed with allergies. Like, it can't just be a thing. If your tongue tingles when you eat pineapple,
Yeah.
is it worth the delicious experience of eating pineapple to have a slight tingling of the tongue?
Oh, yeah, I eat pineapple all the time.
So then who cares?
One of the things that was so annoying about living in LA is everyone thought that they were gluten intolerant.
Right.
Like, I dated this guy who was like, oh, yeah, I have an allergy to gluten. And I was like, oh, how do you know? Have you gone to a doctor? He's like, no, I get really tired when I have bread. And, like, I feel really, like, my stomach just feels, like, really full.
That's what he said?
He's like, so I don't eat bread. I was like, so you're going to order a salad and I'm going to have a burger. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gross. Here's the thing, and this is what I told you too. When you said you had a pineapple allergy and you were researching and reading all the symptoms and everything,
Yeah.
you just want to feel special.
I know.
You just want a little unique trait about you. You know, you might not know this about me, but I'm allergic to pineapple.
Actually,
Isn't that strange?
Oh.
Sam, you know why I did it?
Why?
Because I was just bored in the car ride.
And you decided to
We
be allergic.
had, like, exhausted all of the conversation.
I'm sorry I'm not entertaining enough for you that you have to make up an allergy.
Yeah.
I think you wanted to be like, wow, this is
Dude, I
something else
literally
about me.
started reading an entire website on pineapple allergies
Yeah, I didn't
aloud.
ask you to. I wasn't interested. It's the same way people come to me with my food thing. And are you actually allergic to any foods?
Pineapple.
You're not allergic to pineapple. Is she allergic, Adrian?
No.
Not even slightly.
Doesn't everybody's tongue
Tingle
get
a little
weird
bit?
when they eat
You don't
pineapple?
know me?
Yeah, I think that happened. Do you have any food allergies whatsoever?
No.
No, I didn't think so. I think,
I'm allergic to disgusting foods.
yeah, me too. I'm allergic to food I don't like. It makes me, my taste buds react poorly to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's some kind of weird allergic reaction that happens every time I go like this. Yuck. It's so strange. I don't know why it is.
Yucky.
Everybody, I do think that there's a lot of symptoms, right, that get invented because you need labels put on stuff. Everybody feels much more comfortable if it can be labeled and categorized, and they can all be traits about them. Mm-hmm. I'm allergic to this. I'm intolerant of that. My body can't handle. My body's different from yours. Like, I know most people can handle blah blah blah. You're inventing people. I swear to you, are inventing weaknesses to give themselves personality traits. Like, they're inventing things that are weaknesses. Sicknesses allergic reactions to things.
Yeah.
Things that their bodies are doing poorly. They're inventing it in their heads because then they're special.
It's just something to start a stupid conversation
Right.
about.
I don't know if you know. No, I know you guys are going for pizza, but I can't.
Why?
Why can't
people
you?
just do it so someone will ask them, "Oh, what's going on?"
What, is it because you don't like it? No, trust me. I wish I could eat pizza with you guys. Well, what's the problem? I'm lactose intolerant. I destroy my sister every time she says that she's lactose intolerant because I know she's not lactose intolerant. She's not. She eats cheese. I've seen her.
My grandma, I love her so much. She diagnosed herself with being lactose intolerant, and then later in life, she ended up having like memory loss, and she started eating dairy again. She was totally fine
Because she forgot she was allergic.
Yeah,
that happens.
She was just eating her yogurts and her milks and everything.
That's
cheeses.
Yeah. There should be like blindfold taste testing to see if your throat closes or not. If your throat's not closing, you're fine. My sister is like, yeah, I'm lactose. I can't have. She started, I think, when she was like younger because she didn't want to drink milk or whatever. She's like, I think I'm lactose intolerant. And I don't know, it does bad things to me. And then it's like, well, I can have pizza because I don't know. There's something weird. The way it's cooked, maybe. The cheese on a pizza, I don't react poorly to. It's like, well, no, here's the thing. You couldn't be less lactose intolerant. Every time she gets offered anything at any meal, no matter who's around, I have to lean across the table and go, she's lactose intolerant. Every time. She's lactose intolerant.
When I eat a lot of ice cream,
Yeah.
I can throw up on command. Does that mean I'm lactose intolerant?
No, it means you're
I think I have an ice cream allergy because I get a headache when I eat it too fast.
Yeah, I think that's it. No, one of the worst pukes I don't normally puke from
Ew, you puke?
Cathy earmuffs. I don't want she's adorably putting her hands over her headphones as if it would do anything. No, I don't want to change my image of you. Change your image of me in your mind. I'm real tough with pronouns. But I don't normally puke just from eating shitty stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the one time, I feel like sometimes I just push my body into, I know that technically you're supposed to eat a lot more nutritiously than this, but I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna push it. So like, I remember the worst was we were at somebody's, I don't know, wedding announcement party or some, I don't know, bullshit. And
You don't like that stuff?
no, not even a little. And I didn't eat anything there. But I was like, it's okay. We're going to a movie after.
Mm-hmm.
I just eat a bunch of popcorn at the movie, and I'll be fine. So and the movie was at like 5. So it's right between lunch and dinner, right? So I eat a bunch of popcorn, like a lot. And then that was technically lunch and dinner. But then at like 9, I was hungry again, and I ate a ton of ice cream because I love ice cream.
It's a good mix.
Great mix, right?
Until it comes up.
And let me tell you something. I was up, and then I went to bed, and I woke up middle of the night and was up the rest of the night just throwing up ice cream and popcorn because my body was just like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. What are you doing? Now, I'm not going to, I found out that night, I'm allergic to the combination of butter and popcorn and ice cream together. My body repels it.
That sucks.
There's nothing I can do.
Great things. I was distracted because it looks like there's a shit stain on the carpet.
Well, it's right under your chair, huh?
No, it's
Isn't
under
that
Adrian's chair.
Oh, Adrian, did you have ice cream before you came in?
Ice cream makes me throw up, not poop.
So you could throw up on command when you eat ice cream?
Yeah, I used to do it when we were growing up as like a stupid
Like
trick
that was your stunt?
to make my friends laugh, yeah.
That was like fun for you.
You get one of those 50-cent cones from McDonald's, and I would eat 2 of them. And
That's
then,
not a lot of ice cream.
I know. I would eat 2 of the soft serve cones.
Yeah.
And then start a conversation with someone who didn't know what I was doing, and just mid conversation, mid sentence, just go.
Ew.
Not on them, but
Not on them, as if it's like, no, Cathy, it wasn't gross. I didn't actually vomit all over them, just next to them.
on the ground.
How old were you?
I was in high school. I did it in middle school too, and elementary school.
That
You
was your
must have
thing.
had a lot of friends.
So did you? What was it? One day you're eating ice cream, By the way, Cathy, I will. Well,
What?
I'm trying to think if I would want to hang out with you if you did that. Because I
mean, it wasn't a regular thing. It was just every now and then.
No. Because I would think it was gross, but it's funny.
No, because I had a friend who was a lot like you who would encourage stuff like that. Who'd be like, "We gotta."
Sometimes
I would do it whenever there was someone I knew who was squeamish around.
Right. Sometimes you deal with your own "ew, that's gross" for the greater good.
Yeah.
I always get
Just
fed
for the
up.
laugh.
Right. I always get fed up when there's somebody around that is like, "Ugh, why does he do that? That's disgusting." And I go, because that guy thinks it's gross.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think it's disgusting. I would just think it's annoying that you wanted attention for throwing up.
Well,
it was more.
there's a difference.
Yeah.
It's like if you were just doing it and nobody knew you were going to do it and you just did it so everybody looked at you, then it's like, take a fucking walk, puke, boy.
Enough. Yeah, you've done
But
this 10 times already.
if we all know that you do it, except like if Cathy doesn't know that you do that and the rest of us do, then that's not him doing it for attention. That's him doing it to make us laugh.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make me laugh.
No, I know, because you're the mark.
No,
you know what I
but
mean?
if I did know.
That would be even better because.
If I knew, I'd be like, let's not invite Adrian out anymore.
And I'd be like, oh, Adrian showed up, but don't worry.
He didn't have any ice
He had
cream.
no ice cream. And I go, Adrian, before you come, like, have a pint.
Rocky Road.
Exactly. I would try to get Adrian, if that was going to be your attitude, Kathy.
Even if I knew he
Honestly,
wasn't going to throw up, I would be like, no, let's not invite Adrian.
based on this conversation, I want to start feeding Adrian ice cream before we record the podcast every week.
I'm on a very strict diet.
Well, if you're throwing it up anyway, what difference does it make?
Good point.
Thank you. I mean, science is science.
So you're saying that bulimia, you're going to push me into that?
I'm saying the calories don't count.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. You do what you need to do. I'm not saying you do that for every food, but I'm saying the calories do not count if you're throwing them out. If anything, you're using calories to throw them out.
Do you realize how many calories you're drinking from that Gatorade?
Yeah.
Gatorade. They're accounted
It's printed
for?
on the bottle.
Are they're accounted for
It's
calories?
130.
And you can afford that, right?
Mhm.
That's fine. That's fine, because you know what else? You need electrolytes, Kathy. You need electrolytes. By the way, Kathy goes, do you have any idea how many calories are in that Gatorade? She, before we started, was eating a s'mores graham cracker from Starbucks.
Well, I'm not trying to lose weight.
Oh. Yeah. No, I think that I do have, for a long time, especially with food stuff, felt like there's way too much labeling, allergy this. Because what happens is it destroys credibility for the kid that if he eats peanuts, he dies.
Yeah.
That's a for real thing to consider. Apparently that happens now.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't happen. Adrian, you're a younger guy.
Yeah.
You were going to school in the peanut allergy era. I missed
Yeah.
it. Did you know any kids who died from peanuts?
Not who died.
But who would have died from peanuts?
Yeah.
I
And what did you used to do? I'll get to you, Kathy, just a second. Cause I
Nothing.
No, I would like to know.
We used to just always freak out one kid that I was friends with. We used to always freak him out and be like, by the way, that has peanuts in it. We used to halfway through a meal.
what? Spit it out.
Just throw it out.
Because it wasn't worth it to him. Because you're probably fucking with him, but just in case.
Fuck, man.
God damn it. What were you going to say, Kathy?
Just like I was on the plane last week and they were handing out snacks and like even the package of cookies says in huge words, peanut-free cookies.
Right.
Like it's so weird.
It screws up life for every road comic. Because he's like, you get on the airplane, they give you those little bags of peanuts? No, they don't. People are allergic. Oh, well, you can imagine if they did, right? Like, nobody can do their peanut jokes anymore.
I hate peanuts.
I don't mind a peanut. But I like peanuts ever since Princess Bride. When Andre the Giant goes, anybody want a peanut?
I miss that like
He's so good.
the
Such a good
baseball
movie.
games with the like peanuts that you could actually have. Like,
Right. And
back
you
of
go
yourself.
yeah, it's great. You go to the ballpark, you shell the peanut, you throw the shell on the floor. It's what you do.
Nope.
And then some guy comes around and has to clean. Yeah, you can't throw the shell on the ground anymore
So stupid.
because what if a little kid is sitting there, especially in the rich kid section? What if a little kid is? Because for some reason I feel like peanut allergies affect rich kids a lot more than poor
It
kids.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because poor kids got other stuff to worry about.
Like, yeah. Eating anything.
Right. They're just look, some people die when they eat peanuts. I die from not eating, so
No.
I'll have whatever you got.
I'll take the allergic reaction.
But you do, because that's where the rich kids sit, especially down on the floor there. You can't throw peanut shells on the ground, because some of them, you were saying, Kathy, you knew a kid in school or whatever.
Oh, one of my friends, he has a peanut allergy, and so, like, whenever we go out to eat or whatever, he can't, like...
Have you ever seen him react?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's, what is he, does he seize up?
There was one time when we all got this dessert, and the waitress assured us that there was no peanuts in it, but it was cooked in peanut oil.
Mm-hmm.
And
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, she was so dumb. But
It's like a lawsuit.
so like
Fucking
after
moron.
about 5 minutes, like his throat,
There's no
like,
peanuts in it.
Closed up, right?
yeah, he could start to feel it, and so he had to go to the bathroom and make himself puke, and then we had to run out to his car, get his EpiPen.
Man.
I always thought EpiPens were so cool when I was little.
And then
You
he's
did-
like out for a day,
Out for,
out
he's
of
got a,
commission. Like has to take Benadryl, like his face swells up.
you thought EpiPens were cool because it's like Uma Thurman in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
You're like, it's a fucking adrenaline rush.
I had a friend who had a bad bee allergy when I was little. And I remember always being like, I hope you get stung so I can stab you with that fucking thing.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Do you ever tell him, look,
My girl is so sad.
if you ever have a crush on a girl and you lose your glasses somewhere, don't go back and get those glasses. Do not go back and get those glasses because you will die. And Dan Aykroyd is going to have to make a tiny little coffin for you. I don't, but that's, I guess there are people that are allergic. It seems like I feel the minute I meet somebody that has a peanut allergy like that, I go, you're a weak person. You know, you have a built-in weakness. I know, because at the end of the day,
it's like their kryptonite.
right, if we were
Peanuts.
ever in a competition, I would be able to. I gotta have, you know, when you're driving. I'm sure everybody's car has this. My car has this. You have the button on your dashboard where you can let marbles out under your car in case anybody's chasing you. You have that, right, Adrian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my Aston Martin.
Right. I carry peanuts in my pocket so I could just throw them at somebody
Yeah.
just in case.
You guys, like, if you get in a fight with somebody with a peanut allergy, you can just smash a PB&J in their face.
Right, he's got nothing. He's got nothing he's going to do. All you have to do is open a jar of Skippy and be like, uh-oh, it's in the air. Oh, what if you smell it?
Yeah.
Break open a vending machine, get some Reese's.
Yeah, start throwing Reese's Pieces at him. What are you going to do, E.T.? What are you going to do? Oh, this isn't going to turn out well. So, yeah, that's the trippy part for me, is that there is evidence that peanut allergies are real. Because I would swear they're fake. And it does. I wonder. You can psychosomatic yourself into having your throat close.
Yeah.
I fully believe that.
I know a kid who used to pretty much do that and stress himself out so much he would break out in hives.
A kid?
Yeah.
Did he have any idea that, like...
I mean, he would overblow when we were in like 5th grade, he was like, I think I have cancer.
Did he have cancer?
No.
Oh.
Hypochondriac.
He was my friend who was super small and skinny, very unathletic. And, like, he was your typical kid who was always sick and stuff like that. And I remember he blew everything out of proportion. He used to stress himself out so much about having any condition or illness that he actually broke out in hives when we were in like the 4th grade.
In 4th grade. What do you get to worry about in 4th grade? Nothing. Just sit.
That shit.
Just sit and do what you're told. That's all you got to do when you're in 4th grade. Yeah, I have. So peanut allergies are real.
Yeah.
Is the gluten-free thing real?
Yeah.
For celiac.
Celiac is bad,
Celiac
dude.
disease is a bad thing, but I think that it's now extended to a lot of people think that they're allergic to gluten.
Right.
A lot of people self-diagnose.
Yeah.
Well, it's become very popular. It's become like it's the new. What's the no-carb diet?
Atkins.
Paleo.
Right. No, Atkins. Paleo
Atkins.
is the meat-only diet. Like paleo is the caveman diet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Atkins diet was the real popular one like 5 or 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I feel like gluten, just saying you're allergic to gluten is the new Atkins diet. You know?
It's a trendy.
Yeah, it's a
like
diet
being
fad.
vegan and it's
Right.
just don't eat shit. Like it's not hard.
Some people don't.
Or eat in moderation.
You know what the problem is? It's Netflix.
All the documentaries.
They drive me
Yeah.
crazy.
But there is evidence though that wheat and gluten
But if you watch,
isn't supposed to be in the human system.
but if you watch every documentary on Netflix, if you watch all the food documentaries,
Every single, one
You will find-
documentary negates the other
you will find scientific evidence
of everything.
that no food is supposed to be in the human body. There is no physical or possible way to eat healthy. It can't happen.
Everything has pros and cons.
Right.
There is a way to eat healthy.
You can definitely eat wheat. It's fine.
Yeah, but there's also overeating wheat is bad for you.
Who overeats wheat?
A lot of people eat a shit ton of bread with everything. Like,
Well,
you're not supposed to do that.
That's been well established. The people who eat
That's
it.
why we have the food pyramid.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, the food
But
pyramid, though,
didn't it
is
turn
not...
out the food pyramid is bullshit?
Yeah, the food
Yeah,
pyramid
yeah.
is bullshit. The food pyramid is based off of what they want people to consume to boost profits.
I've decided, and I decided this a while back, 90% genetics. 90%.
It's a good portion. You mean how your body reacts to food?
Yeah, it's genetics.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I eat very poorly. Like,
Yeah.
not what you see me what I eat.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't eat well. And am I in great shape? No. But it hasn't, like, and if I started to become obese, I would probably change things.
Mm-hmm.
If I actually started to become fat, I would change things, obviously. But, I think that a lot of it is genetics. And,
100%.
My
And-
grandma ate so well, and her body just like deteriorated.
Right.
And my grandpa ate like anchovy paste and burgers, and like
Yeah.
he was fine.
my mom is like the skinniest woman on the planet. And her grandma, because it's like, there's so many people down south. I think, here's what the problem is, I'll bet. Just overconsumption in general, right?
Yes.
Like, you can eat, like, you guys have seen me. I don't eat great food, but I don't eat a ton of it.
No.
Well, you don't eat a ton of anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
I eat a little bit here. Here's what I do.
You
Here's what I do.
I've never seen anyone eat a quarter of a donut and be done.
For now. I
just wanna nibble.
I don't
Yeah,
throw it
you
out.
Save it until like
You're a
the next
nibbler.
3 days.
Done for now. And then I'll have, because the last thing I want, I tell you this, I will bet that a lot of my eating habits have to do with I've always had a fear of loss. Like, and I think it's because, like, I would watch things as a kid, like Punky Brewster fucked me up. Because I'd be like, you're probably too young. Did you ever watch Punky Brewster?
No.
It's a story about a girl who lives with an old man that she just wanders into his apartment. He's obviously a pedophile.
Whoa.
So here's the story of Punky Brewster. Punky Brewster, Soleil Moon Frye, she's this, like, quirky kid. She wears
What's her name?
Soleil Moon Frye is her actual name in real
You've
life.
seen her before. You know who she is.
Right. Punky Brewster, by the way, huge show in the 80s.
Okay.
Enormous show. Live action, not
And
cartoon.
you've brought it up on Sam Roberts' show.
Love Punky Brewster. It was hugely influential for my life.
Okay.
So, and she had a dog, golden retriever. Forget the dog's name now, but it'll come to me. You don't remember, do you, Kathy?
No,
I don't
I
remember.
never watched it.
You should check it out. It's a great show.
Saw it on I Love the 80s.
But here's what happens. So, she's this quirky little kid, very, very fashionable, denim vest, jeans. She's wearing 2 different colored Converse All-Stars, one red, one yellow. She's got pigtails in her hair. Every little girl wanted to dress like Punky Brewster. She was great. She's probably, like, I don't know, 10 years old or something. I don't know. But she goes to the mall, or either the grocery store or the mall. I'm pretty sure it's the mall, with her mom. Her mom skedaddles. Her mom leaves her. So she just knocks on this old man's door. His name's Henry. She goes into his apartment building.
Knock on my door.
It wasn't Three's
This is an
Company.
alarming scenario.
It is. She knocks on Henry's door, and she's like, yo, my mom split. I do not know where she went. She is gone. And she ends up living with Henry for, like, 7 seasons or something like that. I mean, she was a
He's like
teenager.
Daddy Warbucks.
Right. Except a guy who lives in an apartment with a dog or something. And I think a pedophile. But, because who else would take in a 10-year-old girl? Like, if a 10-year-old girl knocked on your apartment door, you and your brother are going to be like, you should live with us.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here before the cops see you.
Exactly.
Yeah, leave.
Go.
I don't give a shit. Get
Go.
out of here. It's like I don't even like being in a bathroom when a kid's there.
You can't.
No,
You can't. Well, that's because you're trans and you go into the wrong bathroom. But and Kurt Schilling gets pissed. Oh, your dad's not Kurt Schilling, is he? He is not going to be happy that I'm in here. But it fucked me up as a kid because that was the first time I was like, wait. And it's the same thing. Remember I was talking this week on Sam Roberts' show about how the book Super Fudge hit me as a kid in a way that it hit like you're not supposed to these little details for me as a kid would, like, just penetrate me. And people would be like, you've totally missed the point. Like, that wasn't what the show was about whatsoever. And forever, I was like, wait a minute. You're telling me your mom can just leave you at the mall? She could just be gone. For years. As like from the ages of like 6 or 7 until I could realistically walk myself home and know where I was and stuff. I was paranoid, petrified of being left someplace. Grocery store, mall, wherever it was. Terrified. And I think that I'm always worried about being left or not having what is here gone. Which is why I always like a little leftover, because I don't want the experience to be over. You know what I mean? If I'm enjoying something, it's not enough for me to enjoy it in the moment. I want it to be for as long as possible. There is no short-term anything for me. It's very weird. There's no short-term joy. There's no, like, if I know the minute that I'm experiencing short-term joy, I'll be like, this is ending though.
You got a lot of shit going on up there.
Well, it's complicated.
I know.
But I'm good at creating long-term. That's where I focus on long-term. So
you make it stretch.
Right. So I'm not going to get one donut. I'm going to get at least 2, maybe 3. You know what I mean?
Over the course of 5 days?
No, not 5 days because they get stale. But I'll try to stretch it at least a couple. And like Troy has seen me get my beverages at night, and I always go down.
Yep.
And I get a very, very large beverage.
I see him.
And it's because why? They have to last throughout the evening.
That's and when during show prep and through the show.
Through the show. I want my beverage to be there. Sometimes I'm finished, sometimes I'm not. And like you've seen, I'll go down. If the cups aren't big enough, I'll get 2 beverages.
I've seen you do it.
Yeah, because I'm like, that cup is barely enough for one. I need something that'll last me the evening.
That's like a large in Europe.
Exactly. I don't know what these little sissies are doing, just sipping on their soft drinks. Come on. Like, enjoy it. It's a treat. You know?
Big gulp.
Exactly. Oh, big gulp. Exactly. But yeah, so I have my own little, I guess, eccentricities, but I've never looked to label them or figure out why or what.
Yeah, you're just a fucking weirdo.
It's just, exactly. Who cares? That's what I do.
I mean, we overdiagnose everything now.
Yeah.
There's a condition for everything.
Everything. The autism spectrum is so big. I could literally diagnose any creative person I know with autism. They would fit somewhere in the spectrum.
Yeah.
Because everything just gets wide. Because everything needs to be explained. I don't understand. How come he doesn't pay attention in math and just draws logos of the bands that he likes on his notebook, the whole class?
Well,
Autistic.
Yeah.
The 10 years where
Asperger's.
everyone had ADD or ADHD.
Yeah. And now, by the way, for that, 10 years, everybody has ADHD. And now, guess what? An entire generation is addicted to pills because they were all doing Adderall.
Yep,
Well, they
I got
were
it.
Ritalin back in the day.
Ritalin.
I got it.
Right. You don't need it. You're fine.
I got it going into college. I just wanted it.
Exactly.
So I just went to the doctor and was like, yeah, I mean, I was just like, I'm not going to lie to you. I've taken a bunch of my friends' pills before. I tried Concerta, this many milligrams, this many milligrams, this many milligrams. This one worked best. Help me focus. You know, I always have trouble. And he was like, okay, here you go.
As opposed to being like, you're obviously a recreational drug user. I'm not going to give you a prescription.
Well, I mean, I framed it better than that. Was a brief explanation.
But you still are using your friend's pills because you just want to focus better. If somebody came to me and they were like, oh, I'd like these pills so I can focus better, I go, how about this? Like, knuckle up. Just focus better. Just do the job.
I mean, I always had trouble focusing.
Everybody has trouble focusing.
But when you get into college, it's like, why would I not have this Adderall?
Do you know why you had trouble focusing? School's boring.
It stinks.
Yeah, it's the worst. Everybody has trouble focusing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there's no diagnosis for it. It's just because it's tough to focus on boring stuff.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason. I had a teacher who, like, when I was in first grade, I didn't find out what I was doing until later, but I was taking, like, tests and stuff. And it was because I didn't realize I was doing it, but I was writing everything backwards. like
what?
I was like, everybody knew how to write, and I was writing all my words like backwards and letters backwards.
So instead of Sam, you're writing MAS?
I guess so, yeah. And like
what?
I think you were just doing it to fuck with them.
Maybe, because the teacher thought like I had something wrong with me. Like not like
She's
like
right.
like she was like she thought I needed to be in a special class, like I was retarded or something. And so
He's a retard.
and so
Mr. and Mrs. Roberts, your son is a retard.
they're like, well, what are you basing that on? He wrote his name backwards.
Yeah.
7. It's way too old to be doing that. So, like, I had to like take these classes, and my parents, by the way, this is why I think I'm this way, because my parents were always the same way. They thought ADD, ADHD was nonsense. They thought, unless you have real symptoms for something, these food allergies are fake. Like, they saw through all of it. Mm-hmm. Like, we had to show significant symptoms for them to be like, okay, there's actually a problem here. I mean, my mom let me maintain the diet I've been maintaining for the last 32 years because technically there's nothing wrong with it.
She didn't want to argue with you.
Right. She's like, well, I could argue and say, well, no, you have to eat like meat because why? Well, I guess that's true. Here's some chicken. Thank you. That's it. Easy. Easy peasy. But like, yeah, I had to take tests and stuff. And they were like, we have to figure out what's wrong with him. And I was like, oh. One day I just started writing the right way. I just flipped the words around. And they're like,
It's really weird, dude.
why is he doing that? And they were like, my parents were always like, he just decided it was time to write the other way. I just one day flipped all the words and just started writing the words in the correct way. That's it.
It took me a really long time to learn how to read.
Well, that stupid is not a
can't.
No.
it's not
But like I was like one of the last people I remember like they were concerned.
Oh,
I think in like first grade, but then once I got it, I never stopped reading. Like I still to this day I
He's
read
reading
all
right
the time.
now.
right. Well, you know why? Because you were so grateful because it took you so long.
Yeah.
You were like, I didn't get to enjoy this for years. I didn't have trouble reading. I just didn't do it. Mm-hmm. And there was a time, like in second grade, my teachers first grade was writing backwards. Second grade was my teachers went to my parents and they thought I couldn't read.
In second grade?
Yeah, because I wasn't reading the books. They were like, we don't
okay.
think he can read, and I think he's embarrassed. And my parents were like, I don't think that's true. I think he's just not doing it. And so they were like, okay. The teacher comes out and she's like, if whoever reads the most books, every time you read a book, you get a star. I was like, okay.
Yep.
They're like, at the end of the month, one person's going to get the most stars. It's like, okay. And they go, whoever has the most stars gets a gift certificate to W.H. Smith. I was living in England at the time. And W.H. Smith is like a stationery store.
Oh, England.
That's right.
Wow.
That's
So
right.
You get like some notebooks and pens and paper?
No. Wrestling magazines.
Oh.
Major key. They sell wrestling magazines at W.H. Smith, and I could get a gift certificate there. Let me tell you something. I was slamming through books. My teacher was like, what is going on? Like, I thought he couldn't read. And I was like, no, there was no reason to read before.
No incentive.
Look, I'm going to read because you tell me to? No. Like, no.
I will read the crap out of these wrestling magazines.
Right. You kidding me? I'm going to read Spotlight Hulk Hogan. I will read that magazine for days, over and over again. I'll read any book you want if it means I get this.
Yeah.
But there's no diagnosis for it.
My teacher in the 4th grade, Mr. McSheehy, told my mom that I
Adrian, would you have had fun with Mr. McSheehy?
He would have quit his job.
he dressed as a
Lady?
a prairie for Halloween.
What?
He dressed as a prairie for Halloween.
What do you mean
Like
a prairie?
Like the
Like,
area of land?
Yeah, like he had like plants coming up.
What an asshole.
What a dick.
But
He
anyways,
didn't. You went to the wrong school.
He told me that.
Yeah, but-
He told my mom that I had ADD because I was creating little environments inside my desk for little figurine toys that I had, and really I was just bored in class. So I was making like beds out of tissue and tape.
What grade is this?
4th.
And nobody
Fourth
fucks
grade
with
is-
this guy?
Fourth grade is pretty old. You were making. I want to know because I'll definitely get back to he she, but you were making like dollhouses in your desk.
Yeah.
Like,
I was 9. I skipped a grade, so
and they were like,
I was
"Wait,
young.
we skipped her a grade so she can make dollhouses in her desk." This is so. And then what would you do? Would you keep them in there? Like, would you have like things that you were working on for weeks, or
not
would you
weeks.
just
Like I would make it in a day
and then just get rid of
be there.
everything?
Yeah.
Let's get more into he she though.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did this guy not get fucked with every single day?
Yeah, how did you?
I mean,
How did?
kids did make fun of him.
But how
like,
did you?
he was
How
a
did your
nice
class?
guy?
That's the problem.
I wouldn't have been able to take him serious.
How did your class, especially in 4th grade, that's the best time to call somebody a he/she. You don't even really know what it is, but you know how funny it is.
No, it would have been better in high school.
No,
When kids have like that's when everybody has the nuts to fuck with the teacher.
Yeah,
It's
but
like junior high.
high school is like, that's when you're like, you actually know what you're doing and you're like destroying people on purpose. And that's venom, high school. Like, high school is when you're like, wait, if I start making fun of him, I can ruin his life.
This teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pure venom if you want to do it in high school.
And not necessarily.
Either you're very, very immature.
The teacher could be a dickhead.
Yeah, but you're still trying to hit him with venom. Like, you want him to hurt. As opposed to in 4th grade, you just think it's funny that a guy's name would be she/he because
Yeah.
it sounds like he/she.
Yeah, yeah.
And in
People
4th,
did make fun of him. I mean, he was a nice teacher, though, and I really like science, so I wasn't going to make fun of him.
you like science so much you're making dollhouses in your desk?
Yeah.
But I feel like
Environments.
he should. Sorry. What are you doing over there, Kathy? Making an environment.
That's exactly how I sounded, too.
What a nerd. Yeah, no, I don't think he should have ever had the confidence that he could walk in front of his students dressed as a prairie. And he wouldn't have had if I were in that 4th grade class.
Yeah.
Because 4th grade is the time when he/she is funny. Because you don't really understand anything, but you know there's a he and you know there's a she. So for somebody to be both, hilarious. Right? And it makes them weird and different. And if there's one thing you learn in 4th grade, make fun of the person who's different. Am I right, Adrian?
No.
Adrian.
In 4th grade?
Yeah, of course you make fun of the person who's different. Who else would you make fun of in 4th grade?
I mean, that's like legitimate bullying.
As opposed to what? As opposed to what you wanted to do to Mr. He/she in high school.
That's a teacher.
You can't bully a teacher?
No.
It's Mr. McSheehy.
Oh, sorry. I got his name wrong. No, his first name is he/she. It's he/she.
Shouldn't she?
So, what do you mean you do? So who do you? Of course you make fun of what's different in 4th grade. You don't know any better.
I didn't really make fun of anybody in 4th grade. I don't think I was always a smart ass, but
Well, that's
not like that.
That's what people you probably thought you were just being funny. That's what I learned the hard way.
I guess.
That's what I had to learn. That like throughout school, I would never intentionally hurt somebody.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, okay, all right.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like
yeah,
I get
yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
I would never.
4th grade was the time when people started making fun of other people because I
Yes.
vividly remember this kid Brandon making fun of Posh Spice and said that she was a man.
There it is. You don't even understand like gender
I
fully
was like,
yet,
what?
but you get that it's funny to call a girl a boy because that's not what they are, but it's different.
Still funny.
Right? you still like that. Look at Kathy over there. Look at him. Yeah, no, because you don't realize what you're doing until, especially if you're a guy, I think, because girls like mature emotionally and develop feelings and stuff like that, whereas guys are just like, well, it's funny, so it's okay.
Yeah.
And so I was the same way. Like I would never intentionally hurt somebody, right? But I would make fun of people all the time because I was doing what you thought you were doing.
You're
Just being a
doing your
smart ass.
shtick.
Yeah, just doing shtick. Just being a smart ass. Just making people laugh. And it wasn't until like later in high school when people start coming up to me and saying like, no, I hated you because of what you did to me. And I was like, what? I didn't even remember that. I didn't give it a second thought. And you don't realize that like you're just goofing. But to these other kids, they're going home like, and it affects them.
Mm-hmm.
I had so much guilt over that for so long because I was like, I thought we were all having fun. No?
I mean, didn't you get picked on too, though?
I did, but that doesn't like.
But you didn't let it affect, like, oh, he ruined my life.
No, you're like, fuck, that sucks.
You should get bullied.
I think that that's true to an extent, of course.
Yeah, I mean, there's an extent to everything.
Yeah, I think you should get bullied. I think bullies should get punched in the face. I think all that stuff should happen.
Yes.
I think I should be able. I think I should be making fun of people as a kid. I think somebody should be punching me in the face as a kid. Perfect.
Yeah, I don't.
That's the natural order of things.
Amazes me that you escaped.
I never got punched in the face. I got a bottle of water poured on me by a girl.
By a girl.
A girl. She was like, yeah, she was pissed at me for years of making fun of her. To be fair, her name was Mariana, but it was spelled with a J. I never got punched in the face. I got a bottle of water poured on me by a girl. A girl. She was like, yeah, she was pissed at me for years of making fun of her. To be fair, her name was Mariana, but it was spelled with a J. I never got punched in the face. I got a bottle of water poured on me by a girl. A girl. She was like, yeah, she was pissed at me for years of making fun of her. To be fair, her name was Mariana, but it was spelled with a J. Am I the only one that called her marijuana? I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like, that's not my fault. Is it?
No.
No. Would you have done the same thing? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you would.
Yeah,
and it's fine.
I wouldn't be able to resist.
And it's fine. And I said that even in that moment, because that was when I was a little older and I hadn't done it in a while and whatever. But in that moment, when she poured the stuff out, I wasn't even mad. When I had a bucket of water or a bottle of water, I was like, yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like that's the natural order of things.
Did you ever stand up to a bully?
No. I really I never had to stand up to a bully. Like, I would never I got pushed around a very little bit. I got made fun of, but I would just kind of avoid it. You know what I mean? I did have to. The Mexican kids in middle school were a little tough. They were a gang.
They put a thumbtack in your shoulder.
They put a thumbtack in my shoulder. That wasn't La Raza. That wasn't the greatest thing in the world. Yeah, I mean, it was the worst because they were also cool, and they were the first kids to get chicks because they got all the Mexican chicks. And Jose,
weird.
Yeah, I know. And Jose was the coolest out of all of them. And he called me over one day in the hall. He's like, Sam, come here. I got to tell you something. And I was like, this is dope. I'm going to be friends with the Mexican gang. Everything's going to be cool. I'm going to be cool. And he pretended he was going to whisper something in my ear. And he just pushed a thumbtack in my shoulder and laughed and ran away. And I was like, oh. Did
you ever get him back?
No, what am I going to do? He's got La Raza backing him up.
That's true.
He's got La Raza backing him up. No, and that's when I also learned. It's like sometimes, you just have to go on with your life. You can't obsess over these battles, right? Like, you have to just, you know what? I'm going to let that one go and just succeed doing my own thing.
It's hard.
It is.
It's hard.
It is, but you got to.
I still have trouble with that.
I know, but that's the way to win, is to just avoid that whole thing, be above it, and move on to whatever you're doing. That's what I was like that a lot because I was also just focused on my own stuff all the time.
So you were aware of that pride could be dangerous?
Yeah. Like, in the sense that, and I think at first it was a defense mechanism. Like, I would sit there and I would not engage, probably over fear that I would lose the fight. Right? I'm not going to stand up to this guy. I'm going to not stand up to this guy because he's going to kick the shit out of me, and I don't want that to happen. So it's like, what am I going to do in the meantime? Well, I'm going to occupy myself with other stuff. I'm just going to move on. And then it just became I was like, oh, this is actually a better strategy to begin with. Unless there's nothing horribly egregious happened to me, right? Like, if somebody was obviously humiliating me or fucking with a friend or a girlfriend or a sibling or something like that, that would have been a totally different story. But if they're just pestering you, it's a lot easier to walk away, focus on something else, and at the end of the day, do something cool so that they get to the point. Let that motivate you to do something cool. So at some point in their lives, they'll be like, he's cool.
Yeah.
And it happens. It might take a while, but it does happen. And that's I don't know. That's the way I've always been, but that's because I can't fight. So what's my other option?
Yeah.
If I could fight, maybe it'd be different, but I'm glad. I mean, I developed that instead of figuring out how to fight. Because it's not like my dad is a fighter. Like, he's not going to teach me how to fight. He's got a handlebar mustache,
Mm-hmm.
What's he going to, show me, old school boxing with the elbows out and the circling fists? My dad?
Yeah.
He would probably...
Just by the tone of his voice, I could tell that push came to shove.
He's got a little bit of a temper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he can.
He's an old school guy.
Yeah. Kathy, you just let things hurt you, right? You got your feelings hurt a lot when you were growing up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize that people were making fun of me until later.
That's almost worse.
Yeah, it is. It is. That hurts because then it all comes down at once. I think
it was in junior high or high school where I started getting super self-conscious, but before I was so confident because I just had no idea that people were making fun of me.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Were you would your mom tell you growing up to stand up for yourself? Was there ever something that...
No, because there was never anything that I thought was hurting me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was the kid with glasses and my hair pulled back every day, and people would be like, yeah, maybe you should wear your hair down or something, and I just oblivious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Brought in a microscope or whatever for show and tell. That was me.
We've said this before, but Kathy, growing up, is the first half of the movie. She's all that. You know what I mean? Where it's she's got a ponytail and glasses, and she's wearing overalls. She's never going to be anything. And then it's wait a minute. Kiss me. Sixpence None the Richer starts playing.
Where's my Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Exactly.
He's
But
a man.
Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Yeah.
He's the shit.
Yeah.
Freddie Prinze Jr. is one of the best of all time. He's the best to ever do it, maybe. Freddie Prinze Jr. in that era, one of the greatest.
He's still cool. I saw him at a Star Wars convention last year, and he was awesome.
And then, this is when I'm growing up, I'm like, yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr. is the man. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. She's All That. Summer Catch. He's like just right there. He's got Jennifer Love Hewitt. Mm-hmm. Then he's got Jessica Biel. Wasn't she in Summer Catch? And then, what was the other one I said?
Now he's got Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Scooby-Doo, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Like, he's the man. Then, just as his Hollywood career starts slowing down a little bit, he's not doing the teen movies anymore, he starts writing backstage for WWE. Coolest dude ever. Mm-hmm. Coolest dude ever. I wish, I gotta say, I'm gonna...
Now he's in Star Wars Rebels.
Exactly. He's the man. He's the man. But yeah. But we were talking about the food thing and the allergies thing. And it's been weird because I feel like more now than ever, people are trying to define why I only eat a limited number of things. Like, more and more people are sending me articles that they're coming up with ailments of like picky eating disorder or choosy Mick whatever shittiness, who cares? And like, I've never understood why, because I eat chicken almost every meal. I eat chicken constantly, but it's like chicken and pizza and I don't know, not much else. That's pretty much everything that I eat besides like junk food. But for some reason, and I'm not the guy who goes into a restaurant and goes, no, we can't eat here. They don't have anything I like. They don't have anything. I've always been it's my problem, whatever. Like, yeah. I'll sit back, I'll find something on the menu, I'll pick around at it, I'll get a salad, I'll do whatever. Like, if you don't look at me, you'll never notice that anything's wrong. I will never take it out on anyone. And I guess some people are like, well, we know, just you being there, but whatever. I'm never one to take it out on anybody. I'm game for whatever. I'll always be the one to figure it out. But for some reason, so many people have to take it upon themselves. I don't even care to figure it out. I don't care. There's nothing to figure out.
Yeah.
I'm just doing whatever I want to do. That's what I do. But some people
don't have enough going on in their life, so they have to...
Yeah, I don't know what it is. But they go, or they're just around me too much or whatever, and they're like, no, there has to be a reason for this.
Well, I think it's more that it's just like a fascinating thing. Like, I remember when I first started as an intern and I started to get to know you, I was like perplexed when I figured out that you don't eat steak.
Yeah.
And I was like, because in my head I was like, why?
Did you ever have to do food orders for me?
Yeah. We used to get you the toasted bagel with peanut butter or the bagel with mozzarella and tomato.
That was it. Those are my two orders.
And a Snapple.
Yeah.
I'm so hungry
that's why I liked you probably the best when I was an intern. You and Troy liked the best because you Troy and Travis, because for the most part you guys didn't really want anything. You never really sent me out for stuff.
No, and it was very rare, by the way, that I would send you out for food.
It was like once every 3 weeks.
Right. I'd be
the
like,
other guys, I mean,
right, and they'd have these like they need to have their sandwiches just
these elaborate fucking orders with extra mayonnaise
and then you're the guy too that they come back. And by the way, they're 2 steps away from an intern themselves, and then you come back and they go, I told you no mayonnaise on this.
You didn't get me extra hot sauce.
And it's like, okay, dude.
You didn't give me sugar to put in my iced tea?
Yeah. But I would always have this thing of like, anytime I would ask like you or an intern to get me food, and it really was always the same thing. It was either toasted bagel with peanut butter or fresh or tomato and fresh mozzarella on a roll.
And you weren't a dick about it because
I'd always feel like stupid about. I'm like, hey, can you go get me this? Like,
you would stop me on a break and hand me the money and be like, don't just get it. You wouldn't be like, go get me this. You would be like, when they send you out for something else.
Yeah, whenever. Just bring it to me
at some point.
Yeah. Because it would always feel so stupid. Like, it's downstairs.
It is fucking stupid.
It's dumb.
It's fucking stupid.
If you
bring food to work for yourself.
If you've earned it and you're in a position like the host of the show, I've always thought that was totally cool, justified. They're the reasons that you're there. And if that's what they need, that's what they need. I've never been against that at all. But when it starts coming to like everybody trying to take advantage of it, it's like, relax.
Just get off your ass.
They just want power.
Exactly. They want to be able to flex it. But there's the thing: the guys, the hosts, have worked for the power, right? They should have the power. They should get to exercise the power.
And if it's going to take them 20, 30 minutes to go downstairs and get the food,
They can't
when
do
they
that.
could be doing something else.
Right. And you're theoretically learning from the hosts more than anybody. Even though you're not directly working with them, just getting to watch them and be in that environment, that's who you'd be learning from,
Yeah.
I would think. You know, as opposed to like, you know, whatever. We've gone off topic on interns
Sorry.
and nonsense. No. It's fine. But you were saying that you just became very, very fascinated.
Yeah, because to me, like
You learn a lot from how people ask you to do things.
yeah.
No, he meant he was fascinated
No,
from my.
But Kathy's also right.
Yeah,
That's
it's
very, very correct.
It's a good point for character evaluation.
Yes.
I see.
I
I
got to
passed
read.
the test, I guess.
I know we'll get back to that thing, but I got to read on everybody very quickly based on their orders.
You did?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so funny that people don't realize that people do that. Like,
Within 2 weeks, I decided who I.
of course, but it's like so many people need it spelled out for them. Like, of course, an intern or someone below you is going to have judgments on you based on your behavior that they're not going to share with you because you're in a higher position than them.
Yeah.
So maybe act accordingly, at least knowing that. And I'm not.
I mean, I think it's just as simple as just be a cool person.
Just be a human being.
Yeah.
Just be
Be
like,
cool.
hey,
I mean,
hey, fellow person, not hey,
Underling.
ant. Yeah.
people who are dicks to waiters.
I hate
Why?
that. I hate
Why?
that.
Except when I fly off the handle. I've done.
Well,
And that's,
no, but there are instances where someone's behavior needs to be corrected. Who's
Thank you.
a service in the service industry?
I've had to.
I've done that.
Okay.
But
But
like,
it just in general, when they're like not making eye contact, just being shitty from the beginning.
yeah.
Yes.
But
Not good.
like my one friend's brother is a piece of shit to waiters and waitresses, and I won't go eat with him just because it's so embarrassing
Right.
and such a piece of shit thing to do.
Yeah. It's not right. It's not right. So, you were fascinated by the eating habits that I had.
Well, yeah, I guess
Let's
because
talk about me again.
What's the first word in the title of the show?
Sam.
Kathy?
Actually, it's
I thought it was a
the.
No, it's just Sammy Kathy. There's no the or show in it.
Oh.
Branding. Go on.
a silent word.
No. It's Sam.
It's
No, it's not it. It's Sam. Sam! As you were, Adrian.
Yeah, just for me, because like I grew up eating great. Like my mom's a cook. My mom's a chef, so I grew up eating great food. And one of my favorite things to eat is steak.
Right.
Like this weekend, I'm going to spend like $50 on a steak.
It's too much.
But it's just like one of the few things that I'll
I could buy a
waste
cow
money
for
on.
$50
And
Is that how much they cost?
in certain places.
Probably a shitty cow, though.
So like
Yeah.
in my head, the idea that like you don't enjoy that was just like it's so crazy to me. Like,
Right.
you don't like steak. Like
No.
What else is there?
Pasta.
Yeah, like fucking pasta, dude.
See, that's the problem. If Virgil and me ever went to the Olive Garden, I would have to turn down the meat sauce.
But it was more. I think what more fascinated me was not that you didn't like it, but for the most part, you had not tried most things, and you were just like, no, why would I try things? And it's a frustrating thing.
There's nothing to be frustrated. See, that's
He's
I
a
don't mind.
child adult.
Yeah,
I'm not a child adult.
It doesn't get to me like it did when I first started because I've accepted you for who you are.
Right.
But it is a frustrating thing.
There's nothing child adult about it. There's no immaturity.
There is a little bit.
No.
Refusing to try things.
I don't want to. Why would I?
No.
I mean, it's the same kid that would not read because he didn't want to read. Why should you do it? Like,
Yeah.
that's not immature. That's like, because everybody else is telling you to do something, you should do it. That's what you're told. Everybody tells you, no, be your own person. But the minute I'm my own person, I'm a child adult. Huh?
I mean,
Chicken nuggets are typically eaten by children.
Listen,
I guess it's
you are exaggerating. First of all, if chicken nuggets were only eaten by children, they wouldn't have 12-piece, 20-piece, etc., etc. Second of all, I do not eat chicken nuggets for every meal. Have I ever eaten a chicken nugget? Sure. In adult portions. But I do not sit there eating children's food for every meal. So I order off the number. It's a number 1, a number 2, a number 3. Those are all adult meals.
You nibble it until your tum-tum's full.
Oh my.
Do you dislike? Is it like? Do you dislike change? Is that part of it?
Oh, I am not a fan of change. No.
Yeah, that's
No.
that's what I figured it is.
No.
So it's a weird subconscious thing, perhaps.
There's also, I think,
But that might be overcomplicating it.
it's probably overcomplicated. If you want to overcomplicate it, we can. I mean, I attach, I've always overthought like everything.
Yeah.
So,
No, I get that.
yeah, everything to the point where like,
Slightly neurotic.
yeah, a little bit to the point where identity and the things that, because it's true, by the way,
That's
and
why
I
we get along so well.
because we overthink.
Yeah.
But I'm right. Like the little things.
I'm right.
I am right. The little things.
Not a childlike attitude.
I'm right.
Okay.
If it's a childlike attitude, it's a smart kid. Because if they're right, then they think the same way that I do. Because I'm right about this. The little things that you do make up who you are. And when you change things about you, regardless of whatever, you are changing yourself as a person. Ergo, if I start changing things about me, I'm going to change me as a person. I have to be ready to make that change, and I might be in a good place with me as a person right now. So I'm not going to even do little things.
Yeah, like what if he eats avocados and actually enjoys them, and then people think he's the avocado guy?
Here's the thing, and you are simplifying this, Cathy Kelley, and not taking it seriously. If I eat avocado,
This is giving me anxiety.
good.
What you just said.
If
like
I
the whole explanation.
if
you just
I
gave.
eat avocado and I like it, then this whole exercise of not trying things becomes like that wall starts to be broken, right? It becomes much easier to try the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, right?
So why is that bad?
Well, I'll tell you. Because then I'm trying every food there is to try, right? Because I'm okay with trying things now. And my palate has expanded immensely, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once my palate has expanded immensely and I'm trying new things, I become far less stubborn, right?
Yeah.
Right. And I become far less set in my ways, right?
Right.
Which means I will be much more malleable, right?
And he won't be able to complain
Right.
about them on a podcast for an hour.
Incorrect, which I'll always have things to complain about. But that means that the drive that I have to push myself forward changes. That changes with all that.
Mm-hmm.
It all changes.
All because of that stupid avocado that he tried.
The avocado starts, it chips away, I become less stubborn, and then I become less self-assured.
You gotta have a cocktail and relax, dude. Honestly.
He doesn't drink.
I
He doesn't wanna
know.
try that.
I am.
Like, I know. But honestly, I think it would do you a world of good if you just sat the fuck down for an hour and just had one drink and just.
They say people that if you have a lot of choices and you like a lot of different things or you're open to everything, then you're actually less happy.
Yes!
If you have more choices in life, like the people that just have the choice between chocolate and vanilla ice cream and choose one or the other are a lot happier than people that have 31 flavors.
Do you know why
I had on like this too much.
Do you know why? You know how many? I've told you this before. One flavor is the amount of flavors I've tried at Baskin Robbins. Out of the 31, I've tried one. Perfect. Chocolate chip. Got it right on the first try. Nailed it. Done. Finished. I've already figured it out. There's no exploration that needs to be done. I did it.
No sense of adventure.
For what? I got to the end already. I figured out what the best stuff is.
Like last weekend, I
Have
went
you ever
to.
sampled them?
Sampled what?
The other flavors.
There have been, not all of them, but I have had that little spoon.
Yeah.
Here and there. Because I'd be like, oh, maybe I should try another flavor.
Nope.
Let me try. Yeah, exactly.
Chocolate chip?
No, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. I've already. What's the adventure you were talking about, Adrian?
No, I was saying it's just not having a sense of adventure. I mean, like last weekend,
Mm-hmm.
after the podcast last weekend, I met with one of my friends. We went to this restaurant where we ate all kinds of weird shit.
That's dumb.
Yeah, but I wanted to try it.
Why?
Like we had testicle,
What?
which, yeah, I mean, I tried it. Now I know I don't like it, so I'm not gonna have it again.
Not the first time you said testicle in the mouth.
We had that. We ate heart, liver, sweetbreads.
But it's like,
Stomach.
why? Like, you know you're not going to like it. You know you're not going to
Just
be
because
like...
I read about this,
you know you're not going to
restaurant.
sit there and be like, you know what's my new thing? Stomachs. Like, that's my
Stomach.
new food.
Actually, I've eaten that tripe when I was little. My grandmother used to make it.
Look, I
Italians
figured
make it.
I figured it out. I've gotten to the bottom of it. You know what I mean? Like I've reached the finish line on some of these things. So I don't need to worry about them anymore.
Yeah.
They're done. If I could just take a pill in the morning that would satisfy any hunger and give me every nutrient my body needs and keep me healthy, I would just take that and never eat. I'd be fine. I don't need to, eat, pray, love. Stupid. I don't need to do all that. There's too much going on.
Julia Roberts is so good in that.
You like her in that one? Mm-hmm. There's too much going on for me to sit there and be like, I'd like to travel the world sampling foods. To me, that sounds like a colossal waste of time. That's, to me. I get that people like that.
I think Anthony Bourdain's job sucks.
I respect Anthony Bourdain.
Because he's getting attention for it?
No, because he's created an empire out of it.
He's getting a paycheck.
What's more than just getting a paycheck? He's created something out of it, and he's the best. One of the best. Like I appreciate chefs. I don't have a problem with, and people who try to take food and create new things with it. That's creative. They're basically artists.
It is.
I would
Cooking
never.
is an art.
Right. I'm not talking about chefs. I'm talking about people who just travel because they want to go to restaurants. I'm talking about people who aren't chefs, that are never going to be chefs, that have nothing to do with the food industry.
Like a Guy Fieri type person, but without a TV show.
No, like Guy Fieri. Like that's who I'm talking about. Like,
Bam.
He's the coolest.
You like Guy Fieri?
Yeah.
See, the
It's
problem,
his hair that gets me.
You like that?
Yeah.
He wears his sunglasses backwards because you don't give a shit.
Damn, Guy. Yeah, no, I like the shirts.
Oof.
All the flames on them and stuff. It's bowling shirts, but it's like, I don't know. It's kind of too hot for bowling. You know what I mean? It's cool.
It's too hot for that kitchen.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, no, I can't see feeling the need to explore food as a thing. Like that's what I do. You know what I mean?
Like for me, it wasn't like a need to go do it. It was just like, yeah, let's do it.
Here's
I got an hour. My buddy's in town. Okay, let's go.
I appreciate that, but here's what I'd be thinking. This is my meal, right?
If you don't like it, you've wasted a meal.
Guarantee a great meal. Or I could risk a possible complete waste of time.
I get that. Because sometimes I'll do an activity.
Right.
And I'll be like, if I don't fucking enjoy this.
Right. But guess what? I figured it all out already on that end. For me.
Having a waste of an activity makes me nuts.
That's why I figured it out early.
Okay, so I can understand the mindset.
And move forward. Yeah. Yeah.
Maximize his time.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I'm all about, look, I'm doing radio shows every night of the week and then coming in here on the weekend so I can record 2 more podcasts. It's like I don't have time to be sitting there exploring nonsense, you know? Mm-hmm. I don't need to go to a noodle bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no reason. There's a grilled cheese sandwich place.
Things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hate that when people are like, oh, let's go try this for lunch. I'm like, no, what? But there's
we already know what we like.
Buffalo Wild Wings right there.
Yes. Do you understand? Before Cathy moved here, and we were bi-coastally working together, and we'd see each other probably once every 3 months or so, 3 or 4 months. Yeah. We would end up going to Buffalo Wild Wings.
I went with you in L.A.
Yeah, we'd probably go 70% of the meals we ate at, though. Whether we were in L.A., whether we were in New York, Buffalo Wild. Let's just go to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, there's a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Oh, cool.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
let's hit that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Because I know I'm going to go in. It's going to be a satisfying meal. We could go about our business.
Close the kitchen at 10 p.m.
Exactly. We don't have to work around their hours. You go into these restaurants and they're like, oh, you have to order in a certain way and you have to make sure. No, you have to order this course and then that. And it's like, really? Am I in jail? Because this is like a highfalutin restaurant. There's a way you have to do things. No. Let's go to Buffalo Wild Wings. Floor's already dirty. We're not worried about anything. Kitchen stays open until the UFC fight's done. And done. Good to go. It's easy. Simple.
Food's just one of those things that, I'm not going to remember a meal 3 years later, but I'm going to remember something I created.
Yes. Some people remember meals 3 or 4 years later.
There are a couple.
Right. Those people aren't creating anything. They're just taking up space. And that's, I guess, where we'll leave it today on Sam and Cathy. Thank you for listening. I feel like I got somewhere with you, though, Adrian. I feel like it was okay. There was that moment of
in my understanding of you?
Yes.
I mean, I think there's fireworks going off in your brain at all times.
Yeah, I'm fucking electric.
Okay. Yeah, I think you got a lot of stuff going on up there, but
I'm like
I
Katy
understand
Perry.
it slightly. But can you understand why I would try new things? Like,
Oh,
for example,
I
one
don't
of
give a yeah. That's the thing about me. I don't care what you try.
yeah.
Like, I will never concern myself with another person on that level. Of course, yeah, I would never say people shouldn't try new things. It's like, oh, okay, that's fine. But like, I don't care.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And that's the best way. Why would I care? I don't care. Good for you. Did you like it? I come to think of it. Don't worry, don't tell me. I don't care. You know what I mean?
All right, never mind.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I always. There's no reason to plug your social media. You don't really do anything on it, right? You want to plug your social media?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Producer Adrian.
Producer, New Media Adrian.
No, I am Adrian on Instagram, which is the one I mainly use.
Oh.
I mean, I kept it simple there. And then Radio Adrian 1 on Twitter.
Instagram is the one you mainly use? You only post
If anything.
2 times a week.
I don't even do that.
That's mainly?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a...
I posted 2 times yesterday.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not on it all that much.
Bro, you got to get your Insta up. You got to get your Insta up.
Get those likes.
You know what I'm saying?
Should I start taking more selfies?
Yes.
What if I start doing 3 selfies
Dress
a day?
provocatively, and that's
You can do
usually
that.
what gets me a lot of likes.
I was thinking about just to annoy you to start sending you provocative snaps.
No, I don't want you to do that. I don't want any snaps from you.
No, but I mean, while the show is on.
I know. I'd rather you focus on the show than snaps.
Okay.
To me. Cathy Kelley,
Yeah.
you're always a joy to be with. And you can be with Cathy Kelley online.
No.
Online at Catherine Kelly on Twitter, at Cathy Kelley on Instagram, and Cathy has no K on Snapchat.
Yep. Because you can't change your Snapchat handle.
It's so stupid.
You have to start a whole new deal
Yeah.
to change your name on Snapchat.
I think so.
I got Not Sam everywhere, and then Not Sam Roberts on Snapchat because Not Sam was taken. We will see you. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, do the whole deal, and we'll see you any night, Monday through Friday, that you decide to turn on XM 103 Sirius 206 for Sam Roberts Show. See y'all later.